Alrighty, welcome to the first set of the day. We have GT Gaming versus the Wolves, which is a Category C matchup here in the second week of the group stage of Virgo Cup. So let me introduce the players here. Their clan tags actually disappeared. Oh, that's interesting. Any case, in the blue we have Alec. This is for GT Gaming. Alex, playing as the Vietnamese. In the green, we've got the Batman showing up as the Sicilians. The first civilization that they picked, by the way. So they really wanted to play with Sicilians. And in the teal, we have Manelix playing as the Saracens. Interesting. Very much so. But I love it that the Batman is here to fight for us. Very cool. I'm Batman. In the red, we have Teos or something, or TWS, playing as the Ethiopians in the red. Did I say teal? I said red, right? I hope I said red. Please make sure that I said red. This is not teal. Oh god, the embarrassment. In the yellow, we have Sarotav playing as the Franks. Very nice. Very expected as well. And then in the orange, we have Sir M playing as the Mayans. Yeah, this was very much expected from the Wolves here to go for these civilizations. I mean, these are three of the strongest Arabia civs that you usually see in these kind of matchups. So yeah, I'm sure that they will be very happy that they actually got to draft these. And mind you, Mayans and Ethiopians were actually the third and the fourth civ that they drafted, which means that there were plenty of opportunities for GT Gaming to snatch either of those civilizations away from them. Instead, though, they prioritize Saracens and Vietnamese, which is interesting, because usually those two civilizations are picked in lieu of Ethiopians and Mayans if they get banned or something like that. But they weren't banned, but they weren't picked by GT Gaming either, which is interesting to say the least. Let me put this on DC idle time so we can see who does the best. Wow, look at that. All teams, very little DC idle time. That is good stuff. But of course, we'll have to see how that's going to continue throughout the Dark Age. Let's see who has the cleanest Dark Age. So far, blue and red are winning. Yay! Red! Alrighty, now, still, like, the only civilization that is often not seen on this map is Sicilians. Like, there's usually a different pocket civ that is picked on Arabia, like Berbers, Persians, those kind of civilizations. Burgundians you often see as well. Not so much Sicilians, which is, ooh, we have a snipe attempt here from blue. Oh! From orange, I mean, blue just saving his villager, was not loomed in orange, yeah. Did take some damage on his eagle because of that, but could have sniped this villager, and he will probably be looking for this later on, because that villager is going to be weak regardless of what happens. The only problem now is that the eagle is weak, and blue knows this, and he's going to try to rush this orange eagle down. And unfortunately for orange, he can't run away from this. So the best thing he can do actually is find a hill and fight. Find a hill. Yeah, there you go. Very nicely done. Now we have some dancing of the scouts, but yeah, unfortunately orange is too weak. Orange is going to try to run away. It's going to be difficult though, because the scout simply outruns the eagle. If he can get close enough to his town center, he might be able to save it. It might be possible. Might be possible. In the meantime, I can finish what I was thinking about Sicilians. I wonder if they want to get to Hauberg Cavalier, which are very strong, admittedly, as orange will probably be able to save his eagle here. Very nicely done. Yeah, you don't want to lose this eagle if you can help it, right? Because you can still push in your zebra this way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do that. And that's some food that you lose now. And especially Mayans would want to have that food. Yes, we have... Ooh, red trying to stop teal here from bringing in this boar. It's being very annoying. The timing is completely off already, as you can see. All those villagers are eating a goat right now. As red is being so annoying, but that rhino will eventually make its way to the town center. But look at the chaos that it's caused in Teal's base. Look, they're eating goats all over that place. The villagers are eating everything except the goat. The right goat, I mean. As Teal still tries to bring this freaking rhino in, and red is so annoying. But yeah, he's gonna have to run away now. Wonder if that was worth it too. Since he did take some damage on the scout now. So the rhino will be brought in, and Teal will be okay with that. Nicely done. All right, so we see that the wolves they're active with their scouts, right? They're active with their scouts. Both orange and red came forward to try to lame and be a bit annoying. As a result, though, they do have some idle TC time, both of them. See, 30 seconds. which is not as much as the teal and blue. So in the end, they do lose a villager as a result of that. Orange actually still idling his TC. He's probably looking for the food to get up here. Also healing his eagle in the TC. I like that. You know, eagle is still a military unit. You can certainly use it in the feudal age. Yeah, everyone's going up by now except teal. I mean, he was delayed a little bit because of this rhino, but clicks up now. There you go. And yeah, the idle time is it's all right. You know, like, I mean, you want to avoid like 45 seconds of idle time because that's essentially 2 villagers you're behind now, if you think about it. Yeah, yellow did the best with the idle time. At least he did until now. He's idling his DC. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Gonna be scouts, obviously, for the Franks player. They're going to be fine. Green also going for scouts, I should presume. Still has to build the stable, though. There it is. Very nice, 2 villagers sent to that. Bit of urgency necessary. Obviously, you want to get your scouts out as fast as you can. I'm not seeing any militias from either side, so there's not much to talk about until the archers come out. In the meantime, we can talk about resources. I like the way that Orange has walled here. See that? He's put his barracks in front of his gold. He's walled quite far away from the gold as a result. That's going to be rather safe. If he then walls to the TC like this, he's going to have an easy time defending his base, which is fairly sweet. As teal running into red's little townsend. Of course, teal hadn't scouted red yet because red was busy, you know, being very distracting with the rhino. But yeah, now he finds out the hard way where red's base is. Red has an awkward gold. It is behind this cool wood line though. It's kind of long, and now that he is walling like this, I think that gold is going to be very safe. Red's not going to have a problem defending himself. To have blue and green working together to try to snipe a villager, but they're gonna have to run away now. And blue losing his scout, didn't pay attention that long enough. Very nicely done. It did delay the wall off from orange for a while though, as green is also gonna lose his scout because that's 3 villagers. You know, this is the power of teamwork, you guys. The power of teamwork. On the other side, we have a back gold for blue. That's really far in the back. That could be safe, but it's still open on this side. So I wouldn't immediately say, oh yeah, that gold is super safe. We don't have to defend that whatsoever. Blue is also not really walling a whole lot, which is risky, right? If yellow sends his scouts over here, which look where those scouts are going. Look where their scouts are. And blue is open. Yellow could certainly find some damage here. Blue's also sending his first army forward to orange. And orange is actually pretty walled. So... yeah, it's actually blue that will be taking some damage here. Yeah, yellow is going to find those villages on the wood line, immediately reacts to it, and there you have it. An insta-kill, probably, for yellow here on those villagers. 1 villager down, yes. And maybe even another one. Okay, yeah, what you want to do here is try to block a little bit. That's okay. Still causing a lot of idle time here. Those villagers have to drop stragglers now. And yellow, very happy with the damage. And blue probably wishing he had walled in more of his villagers here, as he's looking for damage in orange's base, but orange is fully walled. You know, he committed to the walls. Now, the thing is, orange is a bit behind in the archer count. Only slightly, though. It's because he went for more walls, right? It's going to delay you a little bit. Now, luckily, he's Mayans, right? So you have some more food left from all the food that you get, because you get more resources from anything, really. So you actually get more food than anyone else in the Dark Age, which means that you will have more food left, and so you can delay your farms, allowing you to get your archery ranges up a lot faster. This is why Mayans are so OP. It's just this kind of stuff. Mayan economy is just OP as hell. As we have food, what is this lumber camp? It's on the other side of the wood line. Interesting. That's like how the AI likes to make its lumber camp sometimes. Like, you have a wood line like this, and then the AI's like, nah, I'm going to sit on the other side. They'll never see that coming. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect it, but if I do see it, then... eesh. As orange actually showing its archers right now, but yellow is on the way with a lot of scouts here. It's a lot of army that the wolves have brought to the field here, and blue's going to have to be very careful here not to lose all his archers. As yellow tries to focus those down, now green comes in on the archers from orange here. Yeah, both players are losing some archers here, but in the end, it's blue versus orange, and orange has almost double the archers that blue has now. As the scouts go down, yeah, orange is going to have to run away. There was a little bit of an awkward pause right here in the moment. Eagle going down. I mean, blue did a good job microing down all the scouts from yellow, but in the end, it's going to have to run away, and this one scout is still doing a lot of damage versus these archers. All right. Now, there's more, just slightly more HP for blue, as blue actually snipes an archer there for orange. Very nicely done. Okay, now take back the archers. Okay, nice. Good. Good. We got archers and skirmishers trying to break in over here on red, and red has to abandon his wood line, and having Saracens comes in very handy here because it allows you to break the palisade walls fairly easily. In the meantime though, red hitting the wood line now for teal, and like I said, that wood line, yeah, you wouldn't expect it to be there, but if you find it there, that's not good either because you have to run those villages in a very awkward way. Now, one thing I would have suggested here is if you see teal trying to break in here, you're going to run your vills, house wall or palisade wall over here. So the teal is compartmentalized and can't run away as, whoa, teal running past two villagers that were just standing there. Look at that. They're standing so still that teal couldn't see them. Oh, that was lucky. If teal had patrolled, right, instead of walking, those villagers would have been dead by now. So red is insanely lucky there that teal didn't see that. Also committing to a tower right now to defend himself. Has two groups of army. Push teal up a gold as well. That's nice. As teal's going to try to deny the tower, but there's an archer army here as well for red. So teal should be very careful. Does get a villager, but now he's fighting under a tower, which is not ideal here. He's going to try to pick off as many archers from red as he can, which is nice. But in the meantime, he is losing villagers in his own base. Look how many villagers could be killed if red was actually paying attention to this, which he will in a second. He's busy microing right now. In the end, teal's gonna lose all these archers, especially if he's gonna stand right under the tower fire. Yeah, I don't know about that. In the meantime, we have orange pushing into blue's base, and blue forced to move out of this wood line now. And orange is getting some kills here. Look at orange go. 3 villagers down, 4 villagers down. Nice. Okay, now let's micro that army down. Very nicely done. 3 archers down as well for blue, so orange is definitely winning that micro battle, and this is kind of tricky for blue here. Lost a bunch of villagers in the meantime. We have red still with his archer army. It will eventually kill this house, but it could have killed some of the villagers on the wood. And look at that, teal trying to take wood up here now. I wonder if he has the wood for a lumber camp actually. Hang on, let me check. No, he doesn't. So he can't go to wood down here. He can't go to wood down here. He doesn't have wood for a lumber camp. He doesn't have a market. He doesn't even have the wood to buy a Saracen market. You know it's bad when you can't afford a market of Saracens because it's discounted. Yeah, it's less wood. It's 75 wood. It's less than a lumber camp. Might actually be worth it to just build a market and buy the wood, honestly, instead of trying to chop 100 wood for a lumber camp. His deal finally drops that, but as a result, was not able to make any archers in the meantime, so he's gonna have to deal with red's army, with the army that he has, which is, there's some skirms in there with upgrades, so they should be able to deal with that very nicely. In any case, we got castellates now for green, we got castellates for yellow, and they will be adding some town centers to boom. And thank you for the follow there, Adion. Welcome to the Horde. Alright, it's 3 town centers for yellow, actually. Wow, so he's looking to boom then. That makes sense. Not seeing an additional town center yet for green. I think he's going to try to get some more knight numbers out. Probably to keep his teammates alive. Also, as red walks into his town, green has been sending his knights forward. I hope that he realizes this in time. As teal is actually saying, yo, there's archers in your town. And there's a hole. Oh, these archers could run right in. 1 villager down for sure. Teal's luckily still here to chase this. If red just micros this down, he might just be able to kill anything until green finally sends some knights. Because green is very busy attacking yellow right now. Yellow did get the knights out to defend himself. Very nice. As a lion is even helping. It looks like Gaia is on the side of the wolves, and there's no surprise there, although then the wolves town center did kill the lion, so, Well, I mean, I guess lions and wolves don't always get along, do they? Yeah, teal's just being annoying here. If he realizes this, he could probably snipe that villager, but for now, it's going to be okay. The only problem is that teal and blue have quite late castellates uptime. Look at that. Blue hasn't even clicked up yet. He got hit quite hard here earlier. Orange and red, though, they're on the way to castellates, and they're looking to kill here. We have, red taking out the archers from teal, allowing her to drop a town center on stone. Interesting. That means that red wants a castle. There's no reason to drop a TC on just stone if you're not going to go for a castle. Which with Ethiopians, I don't know, you don't really need a castle with Ethiopians. You're not going to unique unit anyways, and even if you want to go for trebuchet, why not bombard cannons? It's much better with Ethiopians, really. We have a little bit of a knight kerfuffle in the middle of the map. Looks like that is better for yellow. They have way more HP on the knights than green does. So green is going to have to back up here. Sicilian knights, of course, do lose in the end to Frankish knights. Encapsulates, they're all the same, though. Encapsulates, they're the same. In Imperialates, though, you'd favor the Franks if they can get the Paladin. Unless they can't, in which case the Sicilian Halberd Cavalier are slightly stronger, but it's a very expensive upgrade for both sides, so we'll see how that's going to go. Of course, we have yellow and orange now coming forward here against blue, who is not in a Castellates yet, has a decent match of archers, but has to make sure he doesn't lose his match right now. This is really important. Blue, you got to pull back. Pull back, blue. Ooh, this is really dangerous. As yellow is going to instantly dive this. He has the +2 on his knights. He can fight under a town center, and this is all worth it for them if they can kill blue's mass before he hits the castellates. And blue's trying to micro this back, but archers do so little damage versus +2 knights. Like, it's almost worth it to hide your archers in the town center, as blue is just gonna lose all the archers now just as he gets to the castellates, just as he clicks the crossbow upgrade. What a disaster for blue! And now you've got an archer army roaming around your base that you cannot deal with. On the other hand, though, yellow did spend a lot of knights to kill that, and as a result, he won't have as many knights to defend his own base. As you can see, green now sending his knights forward. But the question is, should greens be sending his knights forward to hit yellow, or should he be helping his teammates to stay alive? Because both his teammates are struggling right now. We have only 9 crossbows from teal on this side. Only 2 for blue. Yeah, blue lost his entire mass, and he still has to deal with orange in his base as well. It's going to be tough regardless. As, oh, the knights though, making their way into yellow's base. The house repair did not work. As a result, some +2 knights, or at least in 10 seconds they will be +2, can roam around and maybe kill some villagers. Because not all of these villas fit in the TCs. That's for sure. Yep, if every vill makes it into the town center, you're still going to lose at least 15. Because you can only fit 15 per TC. That's the rule. In the end, though, yellow has the knights to at least clear this. Although, actually, green is winning this right now. Green is still winning this. Green could still do some damage here. In the meantime, we have orange sniping some villages. Yeah, blue's trying to keep himself alive. Has a tower here, but he's probably going to have to build another tower to keep his wood line safe or move the vills, which is what he's doing. We have red though. Ooh, very interesting. Red bypassing teal, who did not really have an army and was defending with siege, is running straight into green's town, which is kind of a problem for green if you want to keep your knights spam going. You know, green is still not onto town center. He's gonna drop a panic DC right now, which is kind of awkward. It's kind of far away from the wood line. But is that even gonna go up? Because red is just gonna waltz right in and say no, that is not gonna go up. We deny this DC. 70%. Oh god. Ethiopian archers fire faster as well, so they can kill more villages, and this is disaster for blue. For green, I mean. Disaster. He sends in the knights. These are +2 knights, so in the end they will probably clear up the crossbows. Hopefully. Red microing very well. Backing up to a hill as well for some extra damage. Deals here with some crossbows to assist. So in the end I think red will lose this, but still, that was a big deal. 39 villagers only for green, and as the pocket, that is devastating because you're not going to be able to afford a whole lot of knights now, which is a literal nightmare, as they might call that. In the meantime, we have a Mangonel besieging the town, besieging blue's town center here with crossbows to back this up. Orange does not have to take a whole lot of risk here. All he has to do is just start destroying blue's base, as blue is making some skirmishers and trying to get some more crossbows out, which is a long and painful process because his archer ranges are right here. And orange has been sniping any crossbow that emerges from it. And orange is also up the imp. Ah, disgusting. Just Mayan eco, man. Just Mayan eco as yellow runs in and kills so many villagers in the wood line. Red coming forward to drop a castle now because he's been on stone, remember. Drop a castle to finish this game maybe even faster. I think that castle should be right there, actually. Like, it's already on the lowland. Put it right here so it actually threatens the town center. That would be a better castle. Like here, there's even a hill here. So right there, that's better. Like, this is too far away from Teal's DC. As Teal, yeah, is trying to kill with the mangonels, but as long as there's knights here for yellow, that's not going to happen. And you wonder, how much more punishment can GT Gaming survive here? I mean, it's 124 villagers versus 192. It's 33 army versus 61. in every indicator that we have, the Wolves are simply ahead. And it's going to be really difficult for GT Gaming to come back from this. You know, let the pocket pretty much, you know, down a bunch of fills. Won't be able to spam knights as much. And remember, in the meantime, yellow is booming. Red is even booming on two and soon 3 town centers. And they're both at 70 villages already. Yeah, this is going to be so difficult to come back from. I mean, everything is possible, but it's going to take a miracle because both flanks are being pushed back right now. A castle drop on one and a fast imperial for the other. As Blue is trying to take a fight right now, he realizes I need to fight against Orange right now because otherwise these are going to be arbalest and there won't be any fighting left. It's, oh, giant mangonel shot to the face. Not what Blue needed right now. Won't be able to fight this army. They will be arbalest. As soon as Orange clicks the upgrade, that is. I think he's confused. He himself is confused using the Imperial Age. He hasn't even clicked the upgrade yet. Orange, you're an imp. You went up to imp. I guess he can't afford. Well, you should be able to afford. Just sell some wood, get the gold, boom. You're done. As we have Red using the market, or abusing one might say, to try to get up to Imp himself, you know, with the strong position that he has. Doesn't have the same number of archers that Orange does, because Red lost his archer army in green space. In the end, though, green is raiding Orange's base. Red's going to be fine because he has a castle to hold his forward position. Yellow's going to be chasing this, and Yellow will be able to get up to Imperial Age sooner rather than later. Now, Orange did leave his forward position. I think he should have just stayed, honestly, because let Yellow chase Green, I mean. As Arbalest comes in, Orange does have ballistics, but for some reason doesn't hit the knight a lot. Alright then. Bracer is coming in as well. Good stuff. Yeah, it's just going to be so difficult to push this back. Town center for Teal has fallen as well, so Teal's being pushed further and further away from his base. And yeah, there you have it. The GG is called. Blue doesn't think he can do it anymore, and that makes a lot of sense, as Teal is getting absolutely wrecked on this side as well. Ouch! And the GG is called. The first game goes to the Wolves after a strong performance on Arabia here. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty smothering performance as well. Like, it looked pretty good still for GT Gaming at the start, but as soon as, you know, we got to the end of Feudal Age and then the start of Castle Age, it started favoring the Wolves more and more and more and more, with the result that, well, we are with this wolf-like victory at the end. Now, I mean, to really pinpoint where it goes wrong, I think there was kind of a lack of teamwork on the side of GT Gaming, if you noticed that. I noticed, you know, we were looking at the flanks throughout most of Feudal Age. I didn't really see Green show up with scouts at any point. Like, there was a little fight here outside of Orange's base, and that was kind of it. After that, I didn't really see a whole lot of scouts at that point. So, you know, and even in Castle Age, Green sending his knights into Yellow's base didn't really gang up on Red or Orange at all. Instead, it was Yellow and Orange who ganged up on Blue and did a lot of damage. And then after that, Red did a whole lot of damage in Teal's town as well. Now, Teal did have a nice foray into Red's base. Wasn't able to do a whole lot of damage beyond because of this tower that Red dropped. That was pretty good. Could have killed those 2 villagers on the walls, though. That would have made a difference, right? Yeah, it was just well played. By both teams, but of course the Wolves take their victory. Now let's have a look at them statistics. Also immediately saw that Yellow made more knights than Green did, and Green also, right, only 1 TC for a while, which meant that he fell behind in the vill count and therefore also in the knight count. Like, that's the thing, it always catches up with you. If you're going to go all in knights, if you lose vills, devastating, because you can't come back from that. It takes too long. You see instantly at the end, you can't even see Green's line anymore. It's behind my chat box. You know, he instantly drops, right, in the numbers because he just doesn't have the economy to produce knights consistently. Yeah, you can tell. See the difference here? 19,000 resources collected for Green, 25,000 for Yellow. A lot of that food. That's a lot of knights that you get, certainly. So there you have it. Want to see who was the fastest player? That was Red with 74 freaking total GAPM. Wow, that's pretty fast actually. With this giant peak in the middle. This was when he was being very annoying for Teal, I think. Yeah, that was Red. Red trying to lame Teal a little bit. I remember that. That was with the Rhino. Anyways, but yeah, still all the players decent APM, obviously. And APM is just more like a fun geek stat that I like to look at the end. It isn't really instructive about player skill, because really, decision making is just as important as high APM is. Anyway, right. Let's go to game 2. Alright, let me update the scoreboard real quick here. That will be a point for the Wolves. There we have it. And then we will go to the home map for GT Gaming, which, if I remember that correctly, I think that was... oh, it's not Socotra, right. Ooh, are you ready for this? First time that we get to see not Socotra, by the way. We haven't seen that yet in my stream, so I'm excited for this one. Let's see what GT Gaming can do, if they can come back, perhaps, or if the Wolves prove too strong. Let's go. And there we go. Let's load it. And perfect. Alrighty then. Welcome to the second match in the game between GT Gaming and the Wolves. The Wolves lead by 1 point, but obviously GT Gaming is going to try to have their little revenge on this freaking map called Not Socotra. It is not Socotra, but it is very much alike. The players are still as close together as they usually are in Socotra. There are more wood lines in the middle, I noticed, actually. So it's less open than Socotra is. Also, there is wood around the side, no water, except these wood lines aren't particularly closed off, which means that you need to be very careful when you try to wall in your villas on these wood lines, because, well, it's like Swiss cheese. There's lots of holes in there. Now, we are going to be careful and look at the middle here, because there's going to be a bunch of laming happening here. And look also what the Wolves went for as their civilizations. I love the civilizations. Let's quickly introduce the players before the laming start. In the orange we got Serm as the Aztecs, love it. In the yellow we got Seratav as the Magyars, and in the red we have Toots playing as the Incas, love that as well. How you doing, Rock Knuckles? In the blue, we have Alex playing as the Chinese. Oh god, Chinese on Socotra. Oh, they're crazy. Japanese here for Azrael. And then in the teal, we have the Batman now as the Lithuanians. And I'm just wondering, what is this? Oh god. I really prefer the civilizations for the Wolves here. And there's a simple reason for that. They have 2 Eagle Scouts right now. They have Aztecs and Incas, which means they can lame very easily with these Eagle Scouts. You can't take engagements against those in Dark Age. Eagle Scouts beat everything in Dark Age. They're the strongest unit on the map right now. Which means that they can go forward and lame elephants, which, by the way, I just noticed, there's 2. That's very much unlike Socotra, actually. Alrighty then, well that just means more laming potential, really. I love Magyars as well, great offensive civ. This is exactly the civilization that I expected to happen on this map. I am just very surprised that GT Gaming decided not to go for Bulgarians. They have that in their draft. Bulgarians would be a great civilization for this map, right? I mean, I like Lithuanians too, although I don't understand why Lithuanians is their flank and not their pocket, right? Like, Japanese would be a better flank, no? You know, you could go for some scary man-at-arm rush. Maybe even some towers with that. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of confused here by the decisions here made by GT Gaming as a team. Maybe they intended Teal to be the pocket. I mean, the Batman was the pocket last game around as well. He picked Lithuanians. That might just be a mistake on their part, that they put green in the middle instead of Teal. I don't know. Any case, though, they're gonna have to make do with what they have. Now, one critical civilization here is Chinese. Chinese are a pretty good 1v1 civ. One might even say one of the best if you can master that start. Problem is, though, that start doesn't lend itself well for very aggressive games like Not Socotra. Just imagine that, right? So, people always say that Chinese need to keep themselves safe, but why is that? It's because you start with no food, less wood, right? You have more villagers, but you have to instantly force drop off your food for most of Dark Age because you're just behind, right? Every civilization starts with 200 food, except Lithuanians and Persians, right? So yeah, you're struggling to keep your food going already. And then imagine, right, if you're going to have to fight with your scout, you're going to get lamed, things like that. All things that are very possible on Not Socotra, as Blue actually losing his scout cavalry to the town center and the eagle warrior here for Red, which means Red can go forward and lame to his heart's content. And Blue instantly bringing in the elephant as well. Very smart to do that. Yeah, I've not seen a whole lot of laming from the two sides here. I think they've wanted to focus more on getting their economy up. And for a map like Socotra, I'm surprised that it has been so peaceful so far. You know, that's why I hurriedly introduced the players, because I expected some laming to happen, which is allowed in this tournament. But I guess both sides having this silent agreement not to do so. Which, I mean, that's fine. Laming is a risk. It's fairly annoying if it happens to you. You know, that's why it's called lame, right? But, yeah. In any case, also looks like players are a bit further away from each other than on normal Socotra. You know, like it feels less cramped than the normal Socotra either. Like they have a bit more space here, which is that's nice. Now, what I expect is that at some point players are going to team wall. That is usually what happens on Socotra as well. You know, you walk here, here, here. Oops, that was my mistake. And then up a long red space. It's quite the long wall, but if you all work together, it should be doable. Certainly worth it on a map like Socotra because it's so small. Your opponent is going to have an easy time getting military into your base in a fast manner. As we have green. You have elephants. Green. Why aren't we taking our elephants? For Christ's sake, Green, you've got two. Why aren't we taking them? Look at that. He doesn't have the food to click up yet. What? What is this? What, are we trying a fast castle attempt, or what is the plan here? Oh, wow. So, yeah, we have Feudal Age coming in for Teal, who went up really quickly, by the way. A Lithuanian 17 pop up, although actually it's an 18 pop because he lost his scout earlier. Stable coming up. It's a very cramped build order, trust me. It's quite difficult. We have the eagle being annoying, is annoying Blue over here. As Green, did he scout that? That's important. Oh, he was scouting around here. He didn't see that red villager building a sneaky archery range all the way into Blue's base. And Blue's going to be pretty surprised by that. Also, again, Chinese, you don't want to get these kind of early game shenanigans because your uptime is already going to be late, regardless of what you do. Like, your scout rush is still pretty slow as well. And then you have to deal with some early aggression. And Red is going to be able to get more archers out earlier than Blue, who's only now building his first archer range. Now we will have Scout. Oh, a double stable from the Lithuanians. Oof. I can't agree with that. I just can't agree with that. Like, think about it. Double stable, that's... If you want to produce from that consistently, that is 160 food every 30 seconds. Plus villagers, right? Which is another 50 food. You're not going to make that much food, especially if you don't actually have that many farms out. So, I mean, the only reason to go double stable is to get a lot of scouts out quickly, but at some point you're not going to be able to produce any more from them. And then the question is, isn't it better to make 3 farms? I would prefer to make 3 farms in that case. We have the first archer from Red trying to be annoying here, as Blue is going to win that fight, actually. Red is actually building a house there just to be annoying and try to wall in this villager, which is kind of funny. And Blue is going to have to deal with this early aggression now. Now, Green did finally make it up to the Feudal Age. Is finally taking his elephant, so I guess he had a special little build order planned for us. He is on gold, and he almost has the food to click up to the next stage here. So I wonder if that really is the plan, which... Fast castle in Socotra. My god, the balls on this guy. Like, seriously, that's risky as hell, man. That usually does not go well. We have 5 scouts for Teal now. Yeah, see, look at that. He's only producing from 1 stable because he can't produce from 2. He can't afford it already. It's just too expensive. We have Red's villager going down. He was building some annoying houses. So yeah, Blue rushing it down like it was the AI. And I don't mean that in a mean way. That's just what the AI does. If you try to build a house within what it considers its town, it will try to rush you down. That's what it does. And it sends a lot of vills too, so that's kind of funny. We have Yellow showing up with a bunch of scouts as well. Remember, these are Magyar scouts. Magyar scouts with +1 attack, allowing you to kill villagers relatively easily. Certainly something you cannot underestimate. You do not stick around and fight with vills against Magyar scouts. You just don't. That would be insanity. We have Teal trying to get a kill here on Yellow, but Yellow has managed to wall in most of his base. Like I said, you gotta be careful with this wood line though. You can't assume that it's closed off as no! Oh, the scout making it into the wood line. How is that not walled off? Oh no, Blue! Oh, disaster. That was a bunch of villagers going down there for Blue. Yellow trying to get in further, but I don't think he can. I think that's the extent of it. He might be able to run around even still. We'll see. But then Red shows up with archers, and suddenly the party is over for these villagers. That's for sure. We have Teal trying to break in on this side. The gate's actually opened by one of the villagers for Yellow, which is annoying because more scouts couldn't make it in. It's only 2 though, which you could probably fight with villagers. In the meantime, we have Blue trying to escape from the wood line. Doing a good job sniping the archers there for Red. That's a good job from Blue, but yeah, still gonna have to be careful. As Yellow scouts are actually kind of walled in over here, aren't they? I think so, and Blue will be able to take that out. So Blue, despite taking losses, will be alive here. But the thing is, you're Chinese and you're taking losses like that, so your entire Vil bonus is already gone. In the meantime, we have Orange coming forward now with some archers, and we have Green with skirmishers. I just don't understand the game plan for GT Gaming here on Socotra. Like they picked this as their home map, but what was the plan? Or was this one of those, this is a map that probably no one is going to pick because everyone hates to play on it, so we just play it because it might throw off our opponent, but we're not like it's not really our favorite map either, but maybe it will surprise our opponent, which is a nice thought. But the problem is, if you also don't know what to do on this map, you're still gonna struggle. And the wolves they're fine. They're fine for now, as Steel is going to suffer a bunch of damage here. Should have probably walled off the side as well, which he didn't do. And as a result now has a bunch of archers in the back of his base, supported by spearmen, making it very difficult for scouts to engage this, which there's not really a whole lot of scouts in the field anymore after Teal lost most of his. Steel's trying to, is ringing the town bell. Skirmishers are saving him right now. Are certainly saving him. As we have more scouts now from Yellow, who is absolutely wrecking Blue on the gold over here. More villagers going down, bloodlines coming in. Yellow is going to go all in feudal for now then. That makes some sense. We got archers from Blue. Ooh, they will find some kills on the wood line here. That sneaky lumber camp will be punished by Red. I mean, if you're going to go for a lumber camp like that, why not just wall like this, right? I mean, I don't understand why players don't wall to the edge of the map. Like, I mean, even if you worry about holes, just take the palisade wall, just drag it all the way over here, and your villager will build whatever it can reach. And that way you plug up all the holes as well. As we have another hole, and there was another hole down here, so I guess that's not as spectacular and terrifying. We have Teal sneaking some villagers all the way to the back, of Red's base, which I'm not sure what those are for, but my god, what is this? Is a messy game for now. We got one archer being chased by Blue's archers over here. We have Teal and Green moving forward now into Orange's town after clearing up Orange's archers. Well, we still have Blue in Red's town, and we see a bit of a comeback here for GT Gaming. Now it's time for them to do some damage maybe to the wolves, as the wolves are falling behind in army count. Look at that, there's way more army on the field for GT Gaming, and Blue is having his revenge a little bit, killing one villager, and the second villager goes down. How about the third villager? Third villager goes down. Now the problem is you're going to lose your army at this rate, because there is skirmishers here, as Blue is sitting on a hill not microing anymore. Probably busy with some other things. Orange still defending the front of his base, but see, Orange wall up the side, and as a result, look, no one can get in. Isn't it nice? You know? And the question is, who's going to be able to get up the castle age first here? I mean, Green almost got up the castle age, but then he had to buy, those skirmishers in order to get, to defend Teal, so as a result, he won't be up now. We have Yellow though with those tanky Magyar scouts. They do have armor and bloodlines now, and of course the attack upgrades. Yeah, Blue's archers will get absolutely massacred here. And it is totally fine, by the way, for Yellow, whose economy is looking pretty sweet here, to just go for a double stable. Yeah, at this point it's okay, right? At this point you can actually afford that with 21 farms working, and just make a lot of feudal scouts. With some eagles now coming forward from Orange, which could easily kill all these skirmishers. Yeah, actually, we see some men-at-arms from Green now. He's sending in some men-at-arms, which actually have a bonus versus Eagles, do they? Yeah, just 2, though. But the Japanese men-at-arms, very scary. You know the drill. They attack faster. Still trying to break in. It's not going to work though because orange will wall behind that. In the meantime, green is having to defend Teal's base. Teal is ringing the town bell. Well, I mean, all his villages are kind of here. So, and in the end, then, you know, see, this is the worst part. When you ring a town bell, it's not always going to draw in all the villagers, which is kind of useless if you think about it, right? Because now all these villagers here are dead because Teal didn't take the effort to just pull them back manually, right? Then they would have been under the town center. They would have survived more than likely because so you have a giant fight on the hill. It's skirmishers and scouts versus archers and scouts, but you gotta favor the archer scout combo as the skirmishers get absolutely wrecked by the scouts from yellow. Teal was not in front to save that here, and orange and yellow are dominating this side right now. That was a lot of food and wood investments from green, I mean. And look at that. Look at the food count for green. Doesn't have the food to click up yet. You know, he's only now starting to get his full farming potential out. Yellow, in the meantime, and red, both on the way to Castle Age in the end. We have blue coming forward with a large army again. Red, for now, is defending with skirmishers. But unlike green, you know, he first clicked up the Castle Age. Now he's going to defend with skirms. Orange, though, is idling a lot of economy here for Teal. Teal's trying to save its villagers with the town ball. But again, see, it's not going to call these villagers. You're going to have to actually do effort here, Teal, and pull them back manually, which is what he's doing now. And he's risking these villagers a lot, though, because remember, these are Magier scouts. If you find a villager that is out of position, it will get sniped. Okay, yeah, yellow is going to try to get another kill. Gets another kill, and another kill. Nice. Very nicely done. 3 more villagers dying there as well. Yeah, the kill count is more even than you'd expect with all this aggression. It's been pretty aggressive from both teams here. But the problem is we have the entire Wolves team going to Castle Age, and not a single player on the side of GT Gaming is going to Castle Age. And that is a result of all the aggression from the Wolves, all the damage they did early on. It's going to come back now. It's going to come back now. Hello, my friend, here waiting for Talita's game. And how you doing, Zergwa? Of course you're waiting for Talita's game. Of course, you're a member of that team after all. Well, it's coming. Were you a member of the A team or the B team? By the way. We have blue, yeah, pulling back his forces because red makes it to Castle Age. You don't want to stick around here when crossbows come out, or worse, eagle warriors. Orange, though, has the army to keep Teal at his own base. And Teal, yeah, he's had a lot of farms, but he had to idle a whole bunch of them. And a lot of villagers have died in the meantime. Only 24 villagers for Teal still. Teal doesn't have a single military unit on the field. And one's got to ask, what are the Lithuanians going to do when you're up against this many potential crossbows? When your pocket is Japanese, who's making skirmishers and spearmen. Well, he's making a lot of them too. Look at that, he's still producing. You should probably just click up here, actually. You're on the A team. I play with the nickname Sensei. Yes, well, I knew that you were the Sensei, obviously. But yeah, the A team then. Okay, good then. Yeah, actually, your B team got lucky today because I hadn't actually planned on casting them. But I had to change the schedule, so they ended up getting into the cast today. Lucky for them. We have Knights raiding blue. Knights with +2 as well, yeah. Now you're in feudal age and stuck against Knights. Now blue is going to be able to get up, but Teal won't be up to the castle age anytime soon, and he will be the next target. There, guys, your other account. I see. But your real serious account is the Sensei, of course. Yeah, Teal is kind of screwed now. That double stable scouts play didn't really translate well into the late game. See, this is the thing. A lot of pros will tell you this as well. When you go scouts in feudal age, be prepared to drop an archery range. Even if you don't plan on playing archers in the castle age, you still drop an archery range. So you can make some skirmishers, right, to protect yourself against the archers that will most definitely come out at some point. This is true for team games as well as 1v1s. So even if you're going to open scouts as a flank, I would still drop an archery range at some point. Because if you don't, this will be the result. You'll be completely overwhelmed by your opponent. As green, who made a lot of military delaying his castle age, is going to lose all of that. And Teal is going to get completely overrun right now. Is this the GG moment as Teal is going to get completely destroyed once more? Blue can't do damage to red. Yeah, there you have it. It is the GG moment. Boom. Another victory here for the Wolves, who looked very strong on this map. GT Gaming were not able to get their victory on their home map, and the series will go to the Wolves. I'm just waiting for Green to resign here. Yes, I will be casting B. If you use the schedule command, you can see in what order I will be casting them to. And thanks for telling the team. Appreciate it. Alright, there you have it. The Wolves are victorious. GG. Wow, 42 skirmishes created by Astrael. Just to think about that, right? Just do the math there. What is a skirmish? It's like 30 food per skirm, or 25 food. And 42 of them. That's almost 1,000 food, right? That's like more than enough to go up the cast slate. One can only wonder if Green would have just gone up the cast slates instead of trying to make so many skirms and just go knights, because Japanese do have knights with full upgrades in the cast slates. Like they have bloodlines, they have 2 armor upgrades. Yeah, they lack the final one, and they don't have paladin obviously. But yeah. One can only wonder. Would certainly have helped against his crossbow master and the knights. And maybe instead of trying to make no military, the Lithuanian player just tries to play skirmishers against the archers and feudalates. But yeah, I mean, if I have to really guess what this game comes back to, it just didn't seem like GT Gaming to me had a clear plan. Really what they wanted to do here, or at least the one that I would agree with. Picking Chinese on Socotra, very risky, right? It ended up working okay for them because they didn't get lamed. But imagine if the Aztecs and the Incas work together, send both their eagles this way, and just lame both the elephants. Then you're Chinese without any elephants, and you already have 200 less food. That's difficult. That's really difficult to deal with. That's a risk that you run on Socotra. So picking Chinese there, I don't know about that, really. Then, of course, I am curious why Lithuanians was put in the flank instead of the pocket. Honestly, it baffles me to the point where I think it's most likely a mistake. You know, I think that's not what they intended. I think Japanese was supposed to be the flank and Lithuanians the pocket, because otherwise, why are you going to go skirmishers as Japanese as the pocket and scouts with the flank, right? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt there that was a mistake. If not, then didn't really work out in the end. And also the fact is that Teal went up with 17 villages, which is already a really stretched. It stretches your economy really thin, that build order. You can only do it with Lithuanians because you have 150 extra food. But then also to try to open double stable at the start of feudalate, it's impossible. You can't produce that many scouts. You're gonna run out of food. It's gonna hurt your economy in the meantime. You have to do an insane amount of damage in order to justify that. What I prefer much better is what Yellow did, right? Open one stable, just add another one later on once you have the farms to support it, and then you're fine. How you doing there, Ramses the Second? Good to see you. So yeah. But for the rest, yeah, I mean, GT Gaming, I mean, I think certainly there's some potential there. You know, I like the military production that they had going on. There were even some moments when they were actually starting to do damage to the Wolves as well. But in the end, I think the Wolves here get a justified victory. And also, thank you for the follow there, Sir M. Welcome to the Horde. I'm gonna assume that it's this Sir M. Huh? Yeah, you did well, Mike. You did well, sir. Any case. Let me quickly click that. It's 2-0, obviously. Let's have a look at them statistics. Yeah, if you look at the military count, it's not like GT Gaming didn't make a whole lot of military. They actually made more. Yeah, I think in total, if you combine the teams, I think they made just a little bit more military actually than the Wolves did. But the thing is, when the Wolves had military, they went to Castlate. Their military was going to get a lot stronger, a lot more effective. And that's why you get KDs like that, especially Green's KD. See, I don't think making 42 skirmishes was really the play here. Like, he made 42 of them, which if you make a bunch of skirms during feudalates to defend yourself against archers, fair enough. You know, preferably not, but fair enough. But to continue doing that to the point where you can't get up the castellates, that's a problem. Like, if you look at the castellates for Green, it was already when he lost his entire army. It's too late. It's too late. Economy-wise, fairly close, except for Teal, of course, because he got absolutely ransacked at the start there. Yeah, that is bound to happen. And here's your APM. Red being the fastest player once more. Very high APM. Also very nice APM. 69. Nice. Very nice. Alrighty then. Well, congratulations to the Wolves for their victory. And of course, good luck next time for GT Gaming. GG.